can't remember what it's called, but it comes down to this, right?
What do you mean you don't know what it's called?
Oh, I can't remember what I called it. Like I make up all these names. But I ask this question in class often. Who loves it when, so particularly for the parents, who loves it when they've gone out of their way to make a delicious, nutritious meal for the children, and they've allowed them to have all the extra time on the media so that they get exactly what they want while you make the dinner, and then you put it there and they complain that they don't like it because there was a couple of veggies on the plate. Or you give them their favourite meal and you put it there and it's on the wrong coloured plate. Or the other sibling got more than what they got. Or they're not that hungry tonight and you gave them too much. Who loves it when you do stuff and then someone tells you you've done it all wrong, right? Well, then who loves it when they pick a holiday and then someone says, you know where you could go that would have been better? So then as a customer, who loves it when the salesman tells you that you're buying the wrong thing? You know what's funny? Nobody likes any of this. Everybody hates it being told that they're wrong, right? So that's right. It's about
absolutely.
That's what the class is, acknowledging customers for where they're at. Just say, I agree with what you're saying. That's all your answer is. Doesn't matter what the customer says. So as a salesman, I said, so as a person, here's what happens. We get told that we're wrong so much by everyone every day that imagine that you're at home and for some reason you've got nothing to do. The laundry has been done. The spouse is out doing whatever they're doing. The kids are at school and you've literally got the day free to yourself and you think, I'll take it. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to take myself out to lunch. I'll grab pretend it's a Sunday, right? And so everybody's out doing their own things. The kids aren't at school. They're off doing something else, right? I'll take it. I'll read a book. I'll grab some lunch. I'll grab a piece of cake. I'm going to come home or some ice cream and I'm going to sit and watch a movie in silence before anyone else. Imagine that, right? Oh, yeah, no, I'd have Maltesers there as well. So imagine that, right? It's chocolate ice cream, right? A chocolate cake, right? Now, here's what will happen is you might read for a little bit and take yourself out to lunch. But then when it gets time, by the time you finish lunch, you'll be there going, this is a little bit decadent, isn't it? Gosh, I've literally done nothing. Should I really be going home and watching a movie? Should I? Maybe I shouldn't. What would I watch? Oh, no, maybe I shouldn't do that. And you're thinking, do I get that piece of cake? That's a bit naughty, isn't it? I probably shouldn't do that. So we're so used to being told that we're wrong that when we have one day to ourselves, we come up with a way to tell us where we're wrong in that day because nobody else is around to tell us. So we're so practiced at hearing we're wrong, we'll do it to ourselves. So as a salesman, our job is not to tell anyone that they're wrong since nobody likes it anyway, and just agree with the customer. So or as I do with the boys, will you get me in trouble if I beat up this kid down the street? I'm the least of your worries, mate. It doesn't matter what my reaction is. It matters what his mum's reaction is, but not mine, right? But go forth, make your own decisions. Will I get in trouble if I get suspended? You get to see what it's like. Does it matter if I get you in trouble? What are they going to do at the other end? It's up to you. What do you want? How do you want to live? But then it's the same with us as salesmen for customers. I can't afford your thing. I think I'm going to go with the other guy because it's cheaper. I think that's a great idea. And leave it with them. After all, they've gone to all the research to find out what they were looking at, right? They know how much money. I don't have that much money, right? So if it's I don't have that much money, customer just needs to be acknowledged. I understand exactly how you feel. They don't need anything explained at them. If they don't have it, they don't have it. I remember last year, so I network in a group in Canberra. It's called My Vibe, the My Vibe community. And I've been in the group for 2+ years, for how long the girls have been doing it. So 3 women run it. They're amazing. They run face-to-face events. And I've gone twice a month, every month for at least 2 years. It's either been online when COVID was on, but it was prior to that as well, and then afterwards. And I remember at Christmas time, or the last event before the Christmas party, we have the event. It's like a mums in business meeting. So we have it, and then we have lunch afterwards. We sit there having lunch. There's a bunch of us, like 20. They said, hey, Missy, did you see that the My Vibe Christmas party tickets are out? I said, yes, I did. And they said, are you going? And I said, yes, I am. And they said, have you bought your ticket yet? I said, no, I haven't. And someone says, do you know there's $75? I do know there's $75. Well, why haven't you bought your ticket yet? I said, because I don't have any money. And then somebody piped up. So last year I was running an experiment. It was a 2021 experiment. So all coaching sessions, sales training and coaching was $20 per session. Need hand, $20.21 to help as many people in 2021 for 2021. This year is 2022. I do the same thing. Next year it'll just be a flat price, $25. I help as many people as you can for the lowest amount of money. And then that's my theory on the whole thing, but help a huge amount of people. So anyhow, with this $20 per coaching session, someone, a few people cropped up and said, well, you don't have any money because you don't charge enough. You only charge $20. And I said, no, I charge plenty. And they said, no, but that's why you don't have any money. I said, no, it's not. They said, yeah, it is, because you only charge $20. And I said, well, I got 330 clients this year. And they said, well, that's only like $6,000. I said, here's the thing. One is you're assuming that I only sold one coaching session once to each person, which I didn't. And I said, and the other thing is you assume it's because it's how much I charge, but you're not taking into account that yesterday I did the Christmas shopping and I spent it all. So I don't have money because I literally don't have it. But it doesn't mean I can't get it. It doesn't mean I won't have it tomorrow or that it won't come in next week. Today, my answer is I don't have the money because yesterday I spent it. And this is what I teach in class. When someone says I don't have the money, it doesn't mean they can't ever get it or they don't have it or they don't want to buy it or they need a discount. It just literally means in that one moment when they said it, they don't have it for that thing. It might not have been budgeted for this. And so by saying, I understand exactly how you feel, is like, because, hey, haven't we all been there that we wanted to buy something? What if you went out on a walk, saw the ice cream van, wanted an ice cream and thought, why didn't I take my wallet? I'd get an ice cream, but I don't have any money because physically it's not on you. It doesn't mean you don't have cash. It's just not with you, right? So we, as salesmen, as people, even for people in the house, we assume we know so much about everyone around us and that we should be in charge of solving their problems and we take it all on ourselves. But the truth is we don't need to do any of that. We just need to acknowledge the statement that was made. Yeah, okay, don't have any money. Yeah, I know, that sucks. I've been there. I know what it's like. Christmas is around the corner. I feel like that now. But why I don't have the money, and it allows the customers to start talking because they feel on the same page, and it helps with other people.
Not threatened.
No threat, right? It goes from being on, whereas most sales go, let me help you find it. I asked a question recently. So Faye, I asked this question recently. Whose problem is it? If the customer has no money, whose problem is it? So I'll ask you, whose problem is it?
The customers. Not yours.
It is ultimately the customer's problem. It's kind of the salesman in that if they have no money, they can't buy. But ultimately, you can't make them have money when they don't have it. Now, here's the next question. Whose problem is it to solve?
Theirs, the customers.
It is now, isn't it? It's their problem and theirs to solve. But traditional sales training teaches the salesman, if a customer doesn't have any money, it's your problem and your problem to solve. So help them find it. Okay, well, that goes against everything of how we like to live. We don't like being told we're wrong and we're buying the wrong things or that we've wasted our time doing a nice task for someone down the street and that we should have charged for it or, we don't like being told we're wrong, ever. And oddly, children will teach you this 100% all the time. They don't like being given the answers when they've made a statement. And if we pay attention more to that, we don't like it either when someone gives us answers.
We don't like being told what to do, how to do things, how to think, how to feel.
Unless we ask. And it's a question. Can you help me solve this problem? That's when they need help. But until they ask that, like if it's oh my God, I have this problem I can't solve, that's still not someone asking, can you help me? It's just, I'm just telling you, I have a problem I can't solve. Oh, that sucks. It's a bad problem. You know, or but it's like, yeah, right, that's an interesting problem you have. Wait to find out, is there direction on that? Oh yeah, I'm asking so you can help me solve it. Oh, okay, where do you need help?
Yeah.
So as sales, yeah,
wait for them to explain themselves or to ask, instead of assuming, making assumptions, which we do as humans all the time. We assume that we can fix something that's not right in their life. We may not be able to fix anything in our life, but we try to fix it in someone else's life.
We're all so important that we can do it in someone else's. Crazy, isn't it? So crazy, so crazy.
Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah, so I look at sales completely in every aspect of day-to-day life. Why did that go wrong? You know, I get asked the one question. I remember getting asked a couple of years ago. I used to have these $20 classes. Oh, yeah, $20, where you just turn up the pub, grab yourself a drink, $20, I'll run a class. And whoever's there, that's what it is. And I remember this one girl, she turned up, she was the only one. So she got whatever she wanted, like all to herself, right? And I said, all right, well, you can pick a topic. She said, how do I get people to do what I want them to do? Because that's the age-old question. Here's the answer. You don't. They'll always do what they want to do, right? All you can do is throw out the idea, cross your fingers and hope for the best, you know? Like, but mostly you can't make anyone or get anyone to do what you want. You can just throw out the ideas and see if they're on board. There's no point giving features and benefits. Customer doesn't want it. They've got their own. Here's one. Milk. Do you remember the features and benefits, like the ads with the features and benefits, like for milk growing up? Why did they tell us to have milk?
Because it's good for your bones.
Yep. Valuable source of calcium, good for growing bones. Yeah. Teeth, right? Yeah. Kids like strong teeth.
Yeah.
As a mum, I have milk in the house for one reason only, and it's none of those. I look at it and go, yeah, okay, that'd probably be handy. It turns out kids just grow anyway. All right, so mostly kids will grow regardless. Well, and I'm sure the milk is helpful, but I honestly have no idea. I have it for one reason only. At the end of the day, when I turn the media off, they yell at me. And so I make them hot chocolates. Do you know how hard it is to yell at someone when you're sitting at a table holding a hot chocolate? It's really hard because it shakes and it pours it. So I make them hot chocolates. They sit there quietly, sip it, and we have a discussion. I now understand why the English make cups of tea like all the time, and they give it in really small cups. You cannot get overexcited holding a cup. It allows you a chance to breathe. And they say, you know, if you're in a bad mood, I'll just put on the kettle. Gives you a chance to breathe. They make the pot tea, and you can't yell while it's there. And if you're really excited, like happy excited, again, you have to take a breath while you pick it up. That's why I have milk, to stop them from yelling at me. Milk would never think to use that as a benefit for mothers. It's such a good one, though. So we salesmen, we can't come up with the features and benefits. There's no point anymore. Customers Googled it. They know why they're buying. All we have to do is say,
and they do.
Help you with that. Take the cash. I can help you with that. Take the cash. Less words. More sales. Help more.
As I said earlier, you make it sound so simple, so easy, but we tend to get in our own way, in our own road, and our emotions come up if we're, you get to a point and you think it's not going to happen. So the emotions start rising and you get a little bit frustrated and you think, how am I going to get this over, so that they want it and they pay for it and they walk out happy and you're happy and all the rest of it. But the emotions come into that, don't they?
Yes. So it's called practice. Salesmen do practice selling. They practice with their customer and they get it wrong. And then they make up stories as to why the customer didn't buy. And that is our big sales problem that we have. We make up stories that aren't true. Let's say I said to you, let's say you asked me, how much is it for sales training? Or how much is it for your book, right? And I said,
how much is it for your book?
Okay, it's $30. And you're thinking, great, which card am I going to use? I'm there going, because you've gone silent, And I like silence filled. So I go, well, the reason it's $30 is because inside it's a sales training book, and then it does this and it does that and it does this. And you're thinking, which card? Okay, God, she's still talking. All right. Okay, so I've got a team of people. I wanted to get them for, okay, all right. Thank you very much for the information. Because as a salesman's talking all the time, you can't concentrate on what you needed to buy. Because you got the answer you needed, but you couldn't concentrate with it. So then the customer leaves saying, thank you very much, right? When the customer leaves, because you stop them from thinking their next question, the salesman makes up this story. See, they didn't like it. It was priced too high. They didn't like the price. They didn't understand. They don't understand the value I'm giving. They don't understand value in themselves. They don't understand how good this is. They think they can do it themselves. All these stories that aren't true. And the customer's just thinking, if you had to stop talking, I could have bought it.
Yeah. But we don't realize that until it's too late. And then even then we don't realize
You don't know, right? So practice becomes important. So I run practice. That's how I run sales classes. It's all practice. Let's see what mistake you're making. And then let's stop doing that. Let the customer buy. Customers want to buy. And they picked you out of everybody else. So yeah, it's interesting, but it's a whole new way to look at it very practically. How are we doing that? Like, how do we buy? How do we like to shop? And then what are we doing that's completely the opposite for the customer to walk away? They don't come asking us questions if they don't want it.
That's true. Now we have to go. So how do they get in contact with you, Misty, if they want to have a conversation with you, the listeners?
I'm very easy. On Facebook, I'm the one with the crown. I'm the only Misty Henkel. So M-I-S-T-Y, Henkel, H-E-N for Nelly, K-E-L. That's it. On Facebook, easy to find. But just write a messenger and say, I want to be friends because. Or that's my Gmail address, mistyhenkel@gmail.com. Really easy. I have a Google business page, Misty Henkel Sales Trainer. Canberra, I think it's locked to at the moment. So I can be found because I'm the only one in the world. But I'm wearing a crown. Here's my crown. For those on Facebook Live, I have a crown, so I'm pretty easy to find.
Thank you, Misty. Thank you. It's time to go. I'm Faye Waterman, and this has been a conversation with Faye. I'll be back the week after next, on my way next week. But it's time for the news, and after the news, it's Monday Mash with Sam. Enjoy your week, keep safe, and hopefully it stops raining and the floods